gentlemen, he's a good friend of mine. He's from Syria. Please give it up for Elian.
Yeah. Oh fuck, I hate masks. Yeah. How are you guys? Having fun?
Yeah.
I see nothing. Yeah. Yeah, you should be having fun and you should feel safe because I forgot my bomb tonight. You're laughing, yeah? You're laughing, it's funny. Laugh more and see what will happen. Yeah, I'm Leon, I came from Syria by airplane, even if I'm a very good swimmer. But and I work here, guys, since 2015. I'm quite happy in Luxembourg. And I work in cybersecurity. It's quite a specific domain. And to be honest with you, every time I tell one of my friends that I work in this domain, he asks me some weird questions such like, can you try to hack my girlfriend's Facebook profile? I'm afraid she's cheating on me. What should I tell him? Of course I said no. Because first of all, I'm not a hacker. Second, I don't want him to know that I'm fucking his girlfriend. But I like it in Luxembourg because work is very equal between women and men. And I don't understand this women anti-feminists who are afraid of the women stealing their jobs. I would invite them to come and work in cybersecurity because there are no women there working. It's a desert. I never see a woman working in cybersecurity. Even during my 13 years of career, I never worked with a woman in the same team with me. And even like the only girl I worked with or I studied with was in my university. We studied together, and she looks exactly the same like me. And you know, I wanted to recruit people in this domain, women of course. And I was very happy when I was informed that they have brought a new woman to my team who was called Françoise Le Chatelier. And yeah, I was excited, but then the COVID came in, so I couldn't see her. We were only doing Zoom meetings, and she was never opening the camera. While me, every morning I used to open the camera, put the best suit, and put some gel on the few hairs I have. But she even never spoke, like she always preferred writing, and she was writing a lot to me, like, you know, hearts and this gypsy woman dancing, so I said, yeah, that's a good match. Finally, I found her. Until the day when we were supposed to go to the office because we had a big incident, and then I figured out that Françoise is François, and that I misspelled her name all 1 year, you know. But I knew from the day when I was a teenager that I would work in cybersecurity in the future. Because when I was a teenager in the class, when we were students, if a girl just looked at me briefly and asked me, Elian, can you give me a rubber or a pencil? I used to come in my pants. So women didn't want to look at me in my face. They didn't. But now, they all look at me in my face all day. Because I've hacked their cameras in their homes. Even though I'm not a hacker, but for every rule there is an exception, you know? But I like to work in Luxembourg. It's quite special here. When you work in Luxembourg, you learn to work with different people coming from different backgrounds, different nationalities. And I've gained a lot of experience here, especially working with French. And I would like to share with you some golden rules how to work efficiently with French. 2 golden rules. The first one, if you are supposed to work with French, learn French. Yeah. Don't expect them to speak your language. Don't expect them to speak English. Like the last day I told my colleague François, I asked him, François, can you move this file from this desk to that desk, please? And he looked at me with big eyes. Excuse me, I did not understand anything you said. Can you please repeat, especially the word please, what does it mean? And the second golden rule, guys, if you are overwhelmed with tasks and you are having a deadline to deliver the same night and it's 6 o'clock and you want to deliver some job or to delegate some work to another colleague, you found only François next to you, don't ever give him this extra work. He might do it for you, but he will ruin your life after. He will search for you, he will find you, and he will kill you. Any Belgium here? I see nothing, even if you raise your hand, yeah? I don't. Well, okay. It's also hectic to work with Belgium because trying to explain an idea for a Belgian colleague, you might spend 30 minutes explaining the idea while he's nodding his head, and on the minute 29, he will tell you, Elian, can you please repeat what you all said? But just a moment, I need to grab a beer to absorb the idea. And the Germans, of course, it's very stressful to work with the Germans. Try one day at 11:45 in the morning, just 15 minutes before lunch break, and ask a German colleague for a work to be done. He will turn into a Hulk. No, ich habe Hunger! And of course, I should mention the Luxembourgish at work, you know? We live here, we are in Luxembourg, and you know how Luxembourgish work if they work? Because it's the Luxembourgish who created the slogan, I don't work, I'm a princess. But if we want to imagine the Luxembourgish daily work, or daily day, let's say, how could you imagine? He arrived at work at 9 o'clock, so he started reading the Tagblatt for 2 hours and a half, because he needs to educate himself. And it's already lunchtime, so he should go and pamper his belly with a good meal, with a glass of wine, good schnitzel. So you can imagine 2 hours and a half, depending on the nap. And then, you know, the day will be interrupted with 6 to 7 coffee breaks. And that's it, the day is over. What a productive day. Why do you think we have an economic situation here? Not because of the COVID, it was because of Luxembourgish. But talking about the COVID, guys, you know that the COVID is very shitty, it made all our life change, and the economy is very suffering. But what do you think is the economic sector that is suffering the most? Anybody? Restaurant, Horeska, yeah? But to be honest with you, I was concerned about another connected sector, which is the prostitution sector. Who would go these days and have an intercourse, guys? I was really concerned about this sector. And I wanted to make it great again. So I said, okay, I will send a recommendation for Monsieur Bettel. Okay? So I sent him, Monsieur Bettel, why don't you do the same thing you did for the accommodation and hotel? Prostitution vouchers. So people will use it wisely. And the number of bastards will be great again. I don't know why we are talking about bastards. I just now picture the Labor Day of my wife and of all the Labor Days in the world. I don't know, guys, if you are looking forward for the Labor Day. I would advise you don't. Don't really look forward for it. And if you are really waiting for the moment when you stare where the boy is going out or where the new child is going out, don't do it. Because if you decide to stare there where the baby is going out, it's like you are watching your favorite restaurant burning. You will never want to eat there again. That was my time, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it.